What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here in just a moment we're gonna be responding to a drunk driver call. If you are new to the channel, guys, go ahead and smash that subscribe button, hit that like button, and smash that notification bell for me. We are going to be the San Andreas State Police today. And like I said, right now we're responding code 3 to try to intercept a dually driver. Caught up. Dispatch, show me on traffic stop.
Go ahead.
Request plate check.
Target license plate 63 Adam Lincoln Zebra 548. A traffic violation.
How you doing, sir? Trooper Powell, San Andreas State Police. Reason I stopped you is you have no insurance on this vehicle. Have you been drinking today? Alcohol is not good. Okay, perfect. How about drugs? Any drugs recently? You tell me. Where'd you come from? From hell. Right on. Where you headed? You're going to see a friend. All right. Let me get your license, registration, and proof of insurance, please. All right.
Thanks.
Go ahead and step out of the vehicle for me, all right?
Wait there!
Of course he's gonna run.
Dispatch, we got a visual on the curb in pursuit.
LSPD! Hold it!
Dispatch, show me 10-7.
Clear code 4.
I'm gonna assume you've been drinking, buddy. That's the real reason I stopped you, is I suspected you of driving under the influence of alcohol. Alright. You got anything on you that's gonna poke me, stick me, stab me, knives, guns, hand grenades, bazookas? Alright, buddy. I'm gonna go ahead and give you a breathalyzer test.
Thanks.
Alright, you're barely over the limit, bud. I don't know why you fucking ran. What about drugs? You any influence of any drugs?
Thanks.
Alright, marijuana and cocaine, alright. Alright, bud, at this time you're under arrest for driving under the influence of alcohol and driving under the influence of narcotics. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. If you cannot afford one will be appointed for you by the courts. With that being said, you understand your rights. Perfect. Go ahead and have a seat in the back of the car for me. Alright, let's get a search on his vehicle before we call it and get towed. Alright. Dispatch request tow truck.
Tow truck. Assistance required in great speed.
Alright, so we've got a tow on the way for his vehicle. We're waiting on that. I'll give you guys a look at the inside of this Charger. There's our suspect. We got the AR up in the fucking gun lock. Alright, vehicle's been towed, so I'm gonna pull off to the side right here while we get him charged, and we'll get a transport rolling. Matthias Juntillo. Alright. Misdemeanor DWI first offense. And DUI narcotics first offense. Resisting arrest non-violent and attempt to flee elude on foot. Dispatch request, transport.
Assistance required in great speed.
This vehicle reminds me a lot of Idaho State Police. It really does. Like, it's very similar in its own ways, but it's got differences. I have tried to find... I can find the ISP hacks, right? What I need to do... I could probably do it, and I might attempt to do it. But the vehicles that the creator of the texture... There's no vehicle models that just come ISP, unfortunately. Tons of California Highway Patrol ones. Dispatch will be code 4. But for the most part...
Attention all units. Code 4. No additional support needed.
They're just textures, and therefore usually...
Citizens reporting an 11351. Units respond code 3.
Dispatch will be responding code 3.
10-4 copy for Ocean 23.
Dispatch, show me code 4.
Attention all units. Code 4. No additional officers needed.
Alright. We're going to put the animal down. We're not going to. He took off. We'll run some ALPR, guys, since we are highway today. Let's get our lights on because we got rain coming down.
Dispatch calling the unit. We have a holdup in Zankill River.
Dispatch, show me responding code 3.
10-4 copy that for Ocean 23.
Alright. There's some kind of hold-up robbery going in by the San Pluto River. We're the closest state unit. We are in the 2018 Dodge Charger police model. I believe this is an all-wheel drive model. We are still rocking that LAPD siren. I'm kind of digging it right now. Haven't ran it in a long time. We are hauling some fucking ass right now, guys. show me on scene. Shots fired.
Near Great Chaparral.
Put the fucking gun down! State police!
Copy that. On the way.
Put it down!
Roger that. On the way.
Attention all units. Clear code 4.
Dispatch, show me 10-7.
Acknowledged 4 Ocean 23.
What did you think was going to happen?
And now you get reports.
Alright, we'll see if we can get either of them revived. Dispatch, clear signal 100. So no go for this one. Typically don't survive getting hit with 5.56 rounds to the chest. See about this fella. I think we got some DBs inside the store. Alright, this guy survived, so we're gonna hook his ass up.
Hold up! Hope you like prison food, shithead!
This guy's gonna be charged with murder, attempted murder of a police officer. Go ahead and kneel down right there for me. I think there's a bag of money there. Got a whole 79 bucks. Dispatch, request coroner.
Assistance required in Great Chaparral.
Stand up, bud. Alright, anything on you that's gonna poke me, stick me, stab me, knives, guns, hand grenades, bazookas. Alright, bud. Like I said before, you're under arrest for murder and attempted murder of a police officer, armed robbery. With that, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to have an attorney present during questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you by the courts. Life is a disease and the mortality rate is 100%. Have a seat in the back. Discharge, assault with a firearm, possession of firearm and commission of a felony. Brandishing a firearm, reckless discharge, discharge within 500 feet of dwelling, concealment, unlawful transport, shooting from vehicle roadway, unlawful possession, aggravated battery, malicious wounding, ag assault, assault on a law enforcement officer, assault with a deadly weapon, resisting arrest with violence, attempt to flee, elude, failure to comply with a lawful order, armed robbery, disturbing the peace, disorderly conduct, harassment, reckless endangerment, mayhem with violence, wanton endangerment, first degree murder, attempted murder of a police officer, conspiracy to commit murder, attempted murder, dispatch request transport. Alright guys, so
Assistance required in Great Chaparral.
unfortunately we weren't able to get here in time to prevent it. We were pretty far out. We did get one of the suspects in custody. The other suspect we ended up putting down. And we've got the medical examiner on scene right now, getting the deceased out of the store. I'm gonna go get this vehicle towed. Dispatch request tow truck.
Tow truck. Assistance required on Route 16.
This car looks nice at night, guys. Dispatch, show me code 4.
Attention all units. Code 4. No further units required.
Alright guys, we're gonna get back on patrol. That's a stolen vehicle right there. Dispatch, show me on traffic stop. Request plate check.
Target plate 02 John X-ray Young 411. A possible stolen vehicle. Proceed with caution.
Dispatch, stop traffic.
Attention all units. Officer requesting traffic control near Zancudo River.
Dispatch, request felony stop backup.
Assistance required in Zancudo River.
Copy, dispatch. Copy that. We're in the vicinity. Acknowledged. On our way.
Vehicle's clear. Dispatch, clear signal 100. Von Weiss. Alright, Devon, reason you got stopped like this is that vehicle's reported stolen. I'm gonna go ahead and search it out. You got anything on you that's gonna poke me, stick me, stab me? Knives, guns, hand grenades, bazookas, anything like that? A small revolver, a ballpoint, a condom, and a little jar of suspicious liquid. Alright, bud, at this time you are under arrest for being in possession of a stolen vehicle. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to have an attorney present during questioning. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you by the courts. Search the vehicle, we'll get insurance started. Silencer. Nice. Dispatch, request insurance.
Assistance required in Zanesville River.
LSD. Possession of firearm and commission of a felony. Legal device accessory to firearm. Possession of a stolen vehicle. Not have a permit. Alright. Dispatch, request transport.
Assistance required in Zanesville River.
Dispatch, show me code 4.
Attention all units, code 4, no additional support needed.
guys, let's get back on patrol, see what else we can get into. We're gonna run about 40 minutes for this episode because it is a state trooper episode. So we don't get as much action in these ones.
Citizens report assistance needed in Palatial Forest. Respond code 3.
Alright, guys. Right now we're responding to some sort of an accident. Dispatch, show me on scene.
10-4. In backup required.
Hello, man, what happened? I was driving and having fun, and all of a sudden I lost control of the car and crashed. Were you going over the speed limit?
Attention all units. A suspect on the run.
Street and resist, asshole!
Running for it, lady. You got anything on you that's gonna poke me, stick me, stab me, knives, guns, hand grenades, bazookas? Rusty spoon and a baggie of clear crystals. You been drinking? Is that probably why you crashed?
Thanks.
You're over the limit. Any drugs?
Thanks.
Right now you're under arrest for DUI and attempt to flee, elude, and resisting arrest. Alright, sit tight. Test for crystals for cocaine, methamphetamine, LSD, and PCP. Alright, so she's in possession of PCP. So let's get her charged. Avaya Rios. Alright. DWI first offense. Resisting arrest. Attempt to flee, elude. PCP. Drug paraphernalia. Reckless driving. Alright. We'll transport her. There's a Toledo Bay station that's just up here. Alright guys, probably got enough time for about one more call. We'll let dispatch know we're available. Dispatch, show me code 4.
Attention all units. Code 4. No additional officers needed. Officers report a possible 503 on Great Ocean Highway.
Alright guys, we're going to be in pursuit. Dispatch, show me in pursuit.
10-4 copy.
I don't think there's anybody driving this fucking car, guys.
Dispatch 2-4 Ocean 23. Authorized. Proceed.
Dispatch request spikes.
Assistance required. Target vehicle license plate 8132.
Dispatch request spikes.
Assistance needed. Target vehicle license plate 8132.
Get on the ground.
Hey, punk! Stop it! You ass!
You gotta be a special kind of fucking stupid. Steal a fucking car out of the police station parking lot. You got anything on you that's gonna poke me, stick me, stab me? Knives, guns, hand grenades, bazookas? Illegal prescription pills. Alright, you're under arrest. Dispatch, clear signal 100. Okay, so she's in possession of illegal prescription pills that she does not have a prescription for. Dispatch, stop traffic. What the fuck is your problem? Chill.
Attention all units. Officer requesting traffic control near Paleto Bay.
A handgun and a briefcase full of heroin. Dispatch, request insurance.
Assistance required on Great Ocean Highway.
Aggravated fleeing. Resisting arrest. Possession of heroin, trafficking, and possession with intent. Possession of prescription pills. Possession of stolen vehicle. Grand theft auto. Breaking and entering of a vehicle. Disorderly conduct. Reckless endangerment.
Attention all units. Traffic control cleared.
We'll get her passed over. We'll go over our case outcomes for the last few days. And then that'll conclude the episode for today, guys. Alright, so Sandra. We just booked her on aggravated fleeing or attempt to elude LEO, resisting arrest without violence, possession of prescription pills, possession of heroin, trafficking a Schedule 1 narcotic, possession with intent to distribute a Schedule 1 narcotic, grand theft auto, breaking and entering of a vehicle, possession of a stolen vehicle, disorderly conduct, and reckless endangerment. She was fined $24,000 and sentenced to 36 years, 6 months in prison. Avaya Rios, reckless driving, DWI first offense, resisting arrest without violence, attempt to flee elude on foot, possession of drug paraphernalia, and possession of PCP or angel dust. She was fined $2,000 and sentenced to 3 years and 5 months in prison. Devon Weiss, he got probation for concealment of a firearm without a permit. And the rest of his charges were possession of a firearm and commission of felony, illegal device accessory to firearm, possession of LSD, and possession of a stolen vehicle. He was fined $1,600 and sentenced to 9 years in prison. Dominic Steele, was discharge of a firearm with intent to cause bodily injury or death, assault with a firearm, possession of a firearm in possession of in commission of a felony, brandishing a firearm, reckless discharge of a firearm, discharge within 500 feet of a dwelling, concealment of a firearm without permit to conceal carry, unlawful transport of a firearm, shooting from vehicle or a roadway, unlawful possession of a firearm, aggravated battery, malicious wounding, aggravated assault, assault with a deadly weapon, assault on a law enforcement officer, resisting arrest with violence, attempt to flee, elude on foot, failure to comply with a lawful order, armed robbery, disturbing the peace, disorderly conduct, harassment, reckless endangerment, mayhem with violence, wanton endangerment, first-degree murder, conspiracy to commit murder, attempted murder of a police officer, and attempted murder. He was fined $27,000 and sentenced to life in prison. Matias Juntilla, DWI first offense, DUI narcotics first offense, resisting arrest nonviolent, attempt to flee, elude on foot. He was fined $996, sentenced to 2 months in prison, and his license was suspended for 6 months. Joanna Morning, DWI causing death and aid escape of custody. She was fined $1,200, and this old 58-year-old lady was sentenced to 20 years in prison, and her license was suspended for 6 months. She got 20 years for the DWI causing death. Matthew George, possession of drug paraphernalia, simple possession of marijuana, disorderly conduct, and conspiracy to commit murder. $6,400 fine, and he was sentenced to 5 years in prison. Marco Dulamuni, resisting arrest and attempt to flee, elude on foot. He was fined $525 and put on probation. Leon Wolf, aggravated fleeing or attempt to elude LEO, possession of a firearm and commission of a felony, resisting arrest without violence, attempt to flee, elude on foot, attempted armed robbery, disturbing the peace, and disorderly conduct. He was fined $4,900 and sentenced to 12 years, 1 month in prison. Dan Jensen, aggravated fleeing or attempt to elude LEO, possession of a firearm and commission of a felony, possession of a stolen firearm, concealment of a firearm without permit to conceal carry, unlawful transport of a firearm, unlawful possession of a firearm, resisting arrest without violence, attempt to flee, elude on foot, possession of DMT, attempted armed robbery, disturbing the peace, disorderly conduct, and reckless endangerment. He was fined $7,800 and sentenced to 27 years, 11 months in prison. Bernard Max was also with that bunch. Aggravated fleeing or attempt to elude LEO, possession of firearm and commission of a felony, concealment of firearm without permit to conceal carry, unlawful transport of a firearm, unlawful possession of a firearm, resisting arrest without violence, attempt to flee, elude on foot, and attempted armed robbery. He was fined $6,500 and sentenced to 16 years in prison. Jack Mitchell, discharge of a firearm with intent to cause bodily injury or death, assault with a firearm, possession of firearm and commission of felony, wanton endangerment, brandishing of a firearm, reckless discharge of a firearm, discharge within 500 feet of dwelling, concealment of firearm without permit to conceal carry, shooting from vehicle or roadway, unlawful possession of firearm, resisting arrest with violence, attempt to flee, elude on foot, disturbing the peace, disorderly conduct, mayhem with violence, aid and escape to break prison, and attempted murder of a police officer. He was fined $7,700 and he was sentenced to 32 years in prison. Mac Brothers, battery on law enforcement officer, assault with a deadly weapon, resisting arrest with violence, attempt to flee, elude on foot, possession of prescription pills, disorderly conduct, and fighting in public. He was fined $11,000 and sentenced to 5 years and 6 months in prison. Jamal Jameson, destruction of private property, possession of prescription pills, possession of heroin, possession of cocaine, trafficking a Schedule II narcotic, and possession with intent to distribute a Schedule II narcotic. He was fined $13,000 and sentenced to 31 years in prison. Hank Tank was resisting arrest without violence, attempt to flee, elude on foot, possession of PCP angel dust, and disorderly conduct. He's fined $973 and sentenced to 2 years and 4 months in prison. And that is going to be everyone caught up, guys. Again, thank you for tuning in. Bitch. She's lucky we ended this episode. I watched her do that. Anyways, guys, I want to thank you for tuning in. Thank you for continuing to come back to watch. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button for me. If you liked the video, go ahead and smash that like button and smash that notification bell. With that, guys, I hope you have a fantastic day, week, and holiday. Adios.